I am here in snowy, cold Duluth, Minnesota. Right behind me, that is the Duluth Aerial Lift Bridge. It's a place that's close to my heart. The story we're going to be talking about is a data center decommissioning project that we did for NBCUniversal in a much warmer place in Los Angeles. But you're not just going to hear it from me. You're going to hear it from the project leader at NBCUniversal, Dino Serra. So if you want to know more about how OceanTech starts and finishes these complex projects, this is the video for you. 20 years of stories. Let's go. Now, this specific project with NBCUniversal is one we will never forget at OceanTech because it was the first of many working with this organization. But we were not just handed the project. NBCUniversal was considering numerous other ITAD organizations. But NBC ended up choosing OceanTech because of one situation. Nothing was going to be outsourced. The data center decommissioning hands team, the logistics, the trucks, the entire process was handled by us from start to finish. I want to introduce you to Dino. He was the person in charge at NBC. I want you to hear his story and how things unfolded.
There were a lot of different things that had to happen in a very, very short amount of time. When looking at vendors and companies that were even qualified, there were only a handful of companies. OceanTech was added to that list because they were the only ones I could find that could do everything we needed in-house. They didn't contract employees. They didn't contract data destruction. They didn't contract the moving. They didn't contract anything. It was all in-house. It was all done by them. That was the most important thing. And that's what they were able to deliver. I almost lost OceanTech as a vendor over it because our initial date, I believe, was scheduled for June, and then it got pushed back to May. Then it was pushed back to April. Then it was pushed to June again. And this all happened in a matter of 2 weeks. Anyway, Mike gets his crew out here, gets his equipment out here, has his trucks out here. We're at the data center, and I'm getting them badged into the data center and getting all the security taken care of. The phone call came in the day we were supposed to start. Don't start yet. All right, well, let's go grab a bite to eat. We decided we're going to go off to Hollywood, do a little shopping for everybody. Okay, my coworker who flew over from the East Coast wanted to take some stuff home. They wanted to take some stuff home. Sure, why not? So we had a nice lunch. Went walking around Hollywood, having a nice time. We figure we're all going to get together around 4 or 5 o'clock, go have dinner, and then figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my phone rings. You guys got the green light. Just the most unbelievable set of circumstances and timing. So we all get back together. We all go back to the data center. Takes us an hour to get everybody badged in again. We go up to the data center, we're looking around, and he says, well, where do you want to start? And I said, well, we got the green light. I'm sending the final text right now. So let's start powering everything down. I said, master switch on the back. He said, okay. So that's what we did. Started hitting master switches. And he says, Dino, he says, why are these cages so loose? I said, I started unbolting these things weeks ago. I said, because I knew when we got to this point, we were going to be stretched for time. I said, so half this stuff's already undone throughout everywhere. And we started ripping stuff out of there. Oh my God. Three rows of servers. It was 10. So if I'm not mistaken, it was 10, 20, 30 racks of servers, 1 rack of storage, 1 rack of network, and 2 tons of network cable. It was insane. We filled that bin up 3 times to get all that stuff out of there. Every single server had 8 connections. Every one of them. Whether we used them or not didn't matter. They were plugged in, and they were either active or they weren't. But they were there. But we ended up, from the time we started to the time we finished, and I believe we started right around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening. We were out of there by 1:30 in the morning. We were literally dry mopping the floors, scraping labels off. It had gone so fast, so smoothly. Even the data center guys were like, that's impressive. We had to track every single serial number for every component that was left in the box. And then get the full report back from Mike and team as to what data was destroyed, all the sectors, the map, every bit of it. I was like, okay. Looking back on it, I've worked in IT for more years than I can remember. And I've watched and I've been a part of 7 data center moves now. Watching Mike and the way his guys worked, you knew there was a difference. You could see it. For some reason, people don't think a data center move is that big of a deal, and requires a lot of coordination, a lot of orchestration, you got to know people, and you have to be able to trust them.
This is yet another story and project that really shines a light on what OceanTech is all about. It's about the people, the processes, and the complete follow-through to make sure things get done right. And that's not just by chance. This is 20 years of experience putting together a best practice approach after working with some of the largest companies in the world. And we have 20 years of stories. This is just one. There's many more to come. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.